This is part 2 of the Remington 870 scope mounting and sighting in. Range day! Who doesn't love range day? It's Tuesday morning. Had a couple drives this morning, which is good. And now I'm up at my parents' and I'm getting ready to sight in the 12 gauge. I've got targets, I've got ammo, I've got a shotgun. And this is where we usually do a lot of our sighting in. I'm going to put this piece of cardboard up. It's nice bright white. Gives a pretty big area to shoot at. I'm going to start at 50 yards and see how that goes. Grab a few boxes of ammo. I brought a lot more than I need, hopefully. Hopefully a lot more than I need. I don't want to shoot up this much ammo if I don't need to, but we'll see. Joy bought me a nice shooting bench 2 years ago for Christmas, and it was a big gift for me. She was super excited about it. I'm not the best at Christmas presents, and sometimes I feel guilty, and so I told her one day I was going to take it back to the store because I knew how much it cost, and it upset her pretty bad. I just felt bad even getting the thing dirty. She said it's supposed to be used, so I use it now, and the thing, I love it. I mean, it's just a, let's see here, it's a fold-up bench with a shooting rest and a little seat, and you can adjust the height and the angle. It works well. And now that's what I use whenever I'm sighting something in. I have the target up, ready to go. Got a piece of plywood, goes uphill behind us, and there's nobody back there. So that'll be safe, open range, and I put that as close to the center as possible. Hopefully we'll be close, and we'll work our way back here and probably take a single shot just to see if it hits or not. I'm going at 50 yards to start, and if it's close I'll take 2 more just to give me an idea. That I like to do a 3-round group just to make sure that I didn't have a flyer or something way off, and that'll give me an idea of how far to adjust the scope, and that'll be our starting point. I'm going to load the shotgun up and get ready to take the first shot here. Got some eye protection and ear protection. Try to get everything just right on this table so I don't lose anything. I'll take this first shot and see how it looks. Little high and to the left. Not bad. I got my first 3 shots in at 50 yards. We're going to take a walk down there, see what they look like. I think 2 of them were touching and 1 was a little high above them, maybe an inch. But other than that, it doesn't look too far off. We should be able to adjust this over. Take a couple more shots and then move us back to the 100-yard mark and do it again. Isn't it beautiful? It was 70 the other day, and now we got snow. Good old New York. All right, so here's our target. Not too bad. This is an 8-inch circle. So it's gonna be from here to here is 4 inches. So I'd say it's about 5 inches left. And currently about 3 inches high. And I'm not sure exactly how high this shoots at 50 when you're dead on at 100. So we might bring it to the right 5 inches and down maybe 2 and have it shoot 1 inch high at 50. And then when we move back to 100, we'll see what it looks like there. But not a bad little grouping there. That one's just a little up, but it's definitely good enough for deer hunting there. This pattern, not that far away. That wouldn't be ethical to take a gun out that is that far off. So we'll go back here and adjust this and take 3 more shots. I have the caps off of the turrets and I'm getting ready to make the adjustments. This top one here is for up and down. I'm zooming in on everything in the background here. This top one here is for up and down, and this is for left to right. So I'm going to, it's a 1/4 inch at 100 yards. I'm at 50 yards, but I'm going to adjust it the same, because as you go back, it will go twice as far probably. Don't quote me on that. But I'm going to go, I wanted to come 2 inches down, so I'm going to click it down 8 clicks for 2 inches. That's 8. And this, I wanted to go, let's see if I can get it to focus here. Come on. I wanted to go 5 inches to the right. So I'm going to click it 20 clicks to the right. Get this thing to where I can operate it here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Well, I believe the adjustments worked pretty well. The group, I had a flyer that last shot for sure. I know I pulled it. When I pulled the trigger, I anticipated the shot, and it was a bad flinch I had, must be, or something. Anyways, that does happen sometimes. And I do know that this was my first shot. That was my second. Just head back, move my shooting bench up onto the porch to where the 100-yard area is, and we'll change this target out or put some stickers over top of those holes and shoot 3 more, and hopefully we'll be ready. While I was walking back from the target, I decided that I would move my scope 1 more inch to the right. I figured with those 2 different shots that were close together, they were about 1 inch away. So I moved it 1 inch to the right. And now I'm going to take 3 shots and see where I'm at. from here, it looks just a touch high, but right in that same area. We're gonna travel down there, take a look, and maybe make an adjustment and shoot 3 more, and we should be good. We're back up at the target, and as you can see, the more you shoot, if you don't change your target out, some stuff can get a little confusing. I usually take a marker and mark the shots that I've taken, and that way it helps with that confusion. Didn't do it today. Anyways, this is the first 3 shots up here. The second 3 shots was here, here, and 1 here. So just now, the 3 shots are here, here, and here. I don't know. I know I felt like I pulled at least 1 shot. And with the shooting bench that I'm using, I don't have anything in the back of my shotgun to hold the stock up. Sometimes you use a sandbag front and rear just to make sure you're not dropping or raising. And that usually is something that I do, or I'll put my fist back there to hold it, which I'm going to do that this 3 shots. But I'm going to change this target out. We'll keep it down here out of the way just to give me a reference. And I'm going to throw a new one on there so it's clean and less confusing. And then we'll move back to the 100-yard spot again, and we'll shoot 3 more shots and see what that group looks like. And I'm going to put a little something below the buttstock too to try to keep it more solid. I'm pretty sure this should be the last group. I do get finicky, but for now, for this video, that's going to be the end. Against my better judgment, I did move the scope up some due to the fact that I had the 2 shots down here. Well, you can see I had the 2 shots down here in this area. I thought maybe I didn't pull them, and I must have. I was pretty sure I did, but I thought, well, maybe since those 2 were close together, we'll go with that. So I moved it up some. You see that was a bad decision. I've got 2 here and 2 here touching. And the other thing is that I was holding the fore end of the shotgun before, which I should. And this time I had my fist below the buttstock and my other hand on the trigger. So it might have allowed the barrel to come up, which might have been the reason for those as well. Anyways, I'm done shooting. There's a couple things I want to do anyways. Like I said, I was going to put the Loctite on and a couple other things, so I'm going to have to re-sight it again afterwards. I was just trying to give you the idea of moving over and down and to get it to a good location. Just had a couple ducks fly over. That pair of ducks that flew over threw my attention right off. It's kind of one of those squirrel situations. A little high. I'm going to readjust later anyways. I just wanted to give you the idea of how to adjust and that you could do this stuff on your own. I've also shot, I think, 15 rounds and not much padding on me, and my shoulder is starting to feel it. Can cause you to flinch. No sense of keep on shooting through that kind of thing. The pain or the thought of, ooh, it's going to kick, because it'll make you flinch every time and it'll throw your shots off. So those ducks just came around again. 2 woodies. They're locked in, ready to land. They're beautiful. So that's shooting my Remington 870. My companion shotgun. I don't know what else to call it. It's been great to me, and I really love it. And I will continue to shoot it, even though you can use rifle in the area. I'm thinking about maybe getting a 20 gauge, just because they don't kick as much, and they have just as much knockdown power. So that might be one of the purchases here in the next year. I want to get one so Joy can use it up on my aunt's property. I'm looking at like a Remington 1100 or an 1187 maybe. Or maybe we'll just stick with the Remington 870. We are back from the range. That was a blast. We were putting holes in paper, lead down range, and we had bullet casings flying everywhere. But you know what you do with bullet casings? You pick them up and you take them home with you. You clean up after yourself so you don't give a bad name to shooters and hunters. And you don't want to make a mess of the environment anyways. We protect it. Some people are afraid of guns. I see a gun as a tool. Just like a hammer, a chainsaw, a circular saw, or a knife. They're tools that make a job easier. But with tools, there comes danger. Guns and knives and saws need to be treated with respect. That means you have safety rules involved. You always make sure your gun is unloaded, just like I showed you. But you always treat them as if they're loaded. You don't aim it at anything you don't intend to kill or wound or put a hole in, like a target. You always keep your muzzle pointed in a safe direction, be it the ground or up over your shoulder to where it's not pointing at somebody. If you have someone to your right, you can hold it this way or cradle it across, but you don't point it in an unsafe direction. Some of the pieces of the gun would be a muzzle, the barrel, the chamber, the trigger and trigger guard, and the buttstock. Those are just some common names for them. And what I want to do is when you go into the field, you always keep your chamber open so people know that the gun is empty. You always keep your gun on safe. This has a safety right on the trigger assembly, or the trigger guard. If you push it over, it turns red, saying it's ready to fire. The term that was told me is red is dead. But you always keep it on safe. You never put your finger in the trigger guard or on the trigger while you're walking. There's no need. You only put your finger in the trigger guard once you have it off safe. You're pointing at the target that you want to shoot, and then you can squeeze the trigger and then put it directly on safe afterwards. Never use your scope as a monocular to see if you think you see game that you're looking to shoot. sometimes you could do that and notice that what you thought was an animal was actually a human or something else that you don't have a license or a tag for. So use binoculars, use your rangefinder if you have one, or just wait till it comes into the open and you can see it with your bare eyes. Guns give a lot of people enjoyment and feed a lot of people. And in the right hands, and when used safely and properly, they are very safe. I hope that you enjoyed today's video. I hope that you get out and use a firearm safely and respectfully. And if you're a hunter, I hope that you make sure that your guns are sighted in before you head to the field, because you want every shot to be an ethical shot, because you don't want to just wound something and have it go off and die. You want to make sure you recover whatever you shoot at. Thanks for watching the video today. I enjoyed making it. I hope you enjoyed watching it. I love you guys. God bless you, and have a great day. Hold up, cut. That's not the end of this video. I cannot end this video with my last grouping looking that terrible. We need this thing driving tacks. I know it looks like yesterday's video. There's no scope on the shotgun. We're back to square one. Anyway, I bought some blue thread locker. I told you I needed to put it on anyhow. So I got that, and in the video, my scope was sitting about here, and this ring was actually up one notch. I couldn't move it back much farther, and my eye relief, the distance between the scope and my eye, was not right. And when I was sighting it in, my scope was almost black in it. I had to keep moving my head. I had my chin way up. It was uncomfortable. It wasn't right. So I moved this ring back one. Gonna put thread locker on the bottom of the rings here, those screws, and then gonna get this thing all leveled up again, get the eye relief right, and we're gonna go take it back up there, and we are going to have a nice grouping to finish this video off. Got the blue thread locker on it. We moved that back, got the scope leveled. The eye relief is much better, and now it's go time. Now it's go time. All right. All right, I feel much better now. We've got everything on the way it should be. We got the blue thread locker on. We have the eye relief set. We leveled the scope off. Moved this ring back one spot so we could slide that back to where the eye relief was the right way. And now it's range time again. I feel much better now. Got the blue thread locker on. We've got this ring moved back one spot. Got the scope slid back so the eye relief is right. Got it leveled. I think we're good. I took a peek through it. Didn't have to move my head at all to have the scope fit perfect. What time is it? It's range time. Let's go put some lead down range. I'm back at the range, aka my parents' porch. I'm gonna load this up, take one shot. We're at 100. I know I took the scope off and put it back on, but it'll keep the same 0 in the scope, depending on if it changed angles with the rings when I moved that back. Shouldn't have, but I'm gonna take one shot and see how close we are. Maybe the serenity of the wind chimes and the geese in the background, maybe that'll help me focus a little better. Maybe this jacket with a little bit of padding up here is going to help a little bit too. I brought a little pad for the back, get some eye protection and ear protection on. And hopefully we'll all be happier when this thing is hitting the 10 ring in a group. I like that already. Let's give it another one. One last one, and then we'll change the target. And we're definitely in the circle, but I think I got to bring it down just a little bit. Well, I feel a little bit better about that now. First one, second one, third one. I'm going to bring it down just a little bit. Looks like about 10 clicks. Now I'm going to stick this new target up, the one I got left, and we're hoping for, well, it'd be cool, but really a little bit high is fine with me, and I can reach out a little bit farther. Let's see how this 3-round group looks. Note to self, don't put one target over another target. It was pretty hard to find center from 100 yards with a 4.5 power scope, especially when there's no identification color to find center. Other than that, I think it did okay. We got about a 3-inch group, and I think that's pretty good for a shotgun at 100 yards. I feel better about it, and hopefully you do too. I think it's time for me to invest in a lead sled. My shoulder's pretty sore. My daughter said, "Come on, old man." That wasn't very nice of her. Bailey, you shouldn't talk to your elders that way, especially your parents that love you. You should be using kinder words. Anyway, I'd say the same thing to somebody that was whining about a sore shoulder after shooting 20 rounds of 12 gauge, but it is what it is. But joy. For Christmas, anniversary, birthday's even earlier. Maybe a lead sled. It's just an idea. Hey everyone. I just want to thank you all for watching the video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I enjoyed making it, and hopefully you'll come back for some more. I'm going to keep making them as time allows, and hopefully there'll be videos that'll be interesting to you. Let me know in the comments if there's anything specific you'd like to see. Also, let me know in the comments if you enjoy seeing the outtakes at the end. I like putting them in there because they're fun to watch, get a little chuckle, and I hope everybody else is getting a laugh out of them too. No one's perfect, and I definitely am not. So I just like to show people that it's okay to laugh. I just want you to know that we're thankful for everyone that's been swinging by, checking these out. Even, I guess, people that aren't. We're thankful for everybody. And we just love you, and we're praying for you through this crisis, and want you to know God loves you too, and God bless. Have a great one. This is part 2 of the Remington 870 scope mounting and sighting in. Range day! Those ducks that flew over really got me. I had to pause Those ducks that flew over really got me. I had to stop because I couldn't think of what to say. I was thinking about duck hunting. Anyway. Shut the door. And watch out, because I'm doing a pre-recording. Something like this. Okay. I just want to see how loud it is. We're back from the range. That was a blast. We're putting holes in targets. We had lead flying down range and bullet casings going everywhere. You gotta hold the sides and keep it open. Alright.
I still had one in there.
Hit stop. Hey, we're back from the range. It was a blast. We're putting holes in targets, had lead flying down range, and bullet casings flying everywhere. Woo! Man. Hey, we're back. Oh. Hey, we're back from the range. That was a blast. We're putting oh. Wait, I'm just gonna start again. Hey, we're back from the range. That was a blast. We were putting holes in paper, had lead flying down range, and bullet casings. You weren't ready. I was watching you laugh over there. Okay.
I was laughing because every time you're like, hey. No, you don't go like that. You go.
We are back from the range. When you're done shooting, you clean them up. You don't want to give shooters and hunters a bad name. So you clean up after you in the environment, and that's it. Beautiful. Oh! I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching it. Hope you keep coming back for more. I'm going to keep making them. Hey everyone, I just want to thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to keep making more, so hopefully you'll come back to watch. Let me know in the comments if there's anything specific you'd like to see, or just let me know how I'm doing. Maybe, don't tell me how gray my beard looks or my hair's a mess, well, you can. That's fine too. I already know.